As far as I know, my grandpa and my grandma struggled, especially my grandpa. But he passed away before I was born, so I didn't get to know him or anything like that. But I know from stories he was he was a big drinker, and so I kind of took the reins. It didn't really become an issue pretty much till I got into my 30s, and then it just became something that took over my life. I did it day in and day out from time I woke up until time I passed out. I had a death in the family when I was 38, and that really sent me over. It allowed me to not deal with the emotions. So it was easy for me to get drunk and just go with that and not have to worry about feeling. I had a dry January and I didn't reach out to anybody. I didn't seek help. I didn't go to any kind of meetings or anything like that. I just tried to cut it out and quit cold turkey. And it worked for January, but February I was overwhelmed with emotions, and I knew that turning to the bottle was going to be my escape. And I flipped the switch and hit drinking really hard. And it got to a point where I was in and out of the hospital pretty much every 2 weeks. I was in the hospital for alcohol poisoning for about, I think there was 6 visits in like a 3-month span. And each time I was getting worse and worse. I basically got to a point where I didn't want to feel anything. I was in a parking lot of a Walmart, parked right outside of their liquor store, and I was drinking heavily. And I reached out to my stepdad and I just told him I was done. And him and my mom called the cops on me, sent out cops for a welfare check. I remember crying really hard at the hospital, and I met this nurse, and she had a way out for me where she was going to pay for a taxi to go to a detox. And I had liquor still in the truck. I was 3 miles away from my truck. And there was times where I was like, just let me get to my truck. Let me, park my truck closer and stuff like that. And I knew if I got back to that truck, I wasn't going to go get help. So she kept me there, paid for a taxi. I went into a detox for 14 days. Um, After those 14 days, I got into a rehab at it's called Hope and Healing. And from there, they referred me to here, Foundations. And I've been here for the last 9 months, being around like-minded people, people who are focused on their recovery. And I've really gravitated towards a group of guys who are super serious about their recovery. And it's made me open up to an extent I've never opened up before. To get to this place and have the type of structure where almost you're able to be on a schedule when you first get in, and then they slowly give you a little more freedom, give you a little more rope. It's helped me tremendously in building that structure for my life going forward. It's the people here are a shoulder to cry on, an ear to talk to, and it's been a lifesaver. I would not be where I'm at right now with my kids back in my life, with my family back in my life. None of that happens if I don't come to Foundation, for sure. I have 2 boys. I have a 17 and a 15-year-old, and I went 10 months without seeing them, going through the detox rehab months here. I've got them back in my life where we're able to see each other on a monthly basis. We have long weekends once a month, and it's been a blessing to have them. They're my everything. They're the reasons why I'm still here. Getting through with Foundations isn't it's graduating a program, but I know like life really starts now. Now that I'm out from under the umbrella of foundations, and I'm excited for the opportunity that this place has given me, the tools for my tool belt, they say, and I'm able to use them on a daily basis to really focus on building a new foundation, to have my kids in my life on a regular basis, to get my own place where they can come and stay with me. And it's just, the future is super bright as long as I focus on the right things and focus on my recovery.